As a trained peer leader, Emily has advocated and taught comprehensive sexuality education to hundreds of youth both in Grand Rapids and nationally. Emily is here today to share with you the impact that Planned Parenthood has had on her life. Welcome, Emily.
When I first came to Planned Parenthood for a Sacred Choices class 3 years ago, I was a 14-year-old without a job and it was something to do. I had never even heard of the organization and I knew nothing of its purpose. It had never occurred to me that my previous abstinence-only education class was insufficient. I had only foggy ideas of what abortion meant, and the only STI I could name was AIDS. I had no idea that women were still fighting for fundamental rights. I had learned about the women's suffrage movement in school and thought that was that. Men and women were equal. When, obviously, as I had learned, that's far from true. So 3 years later, I'm still here. I'm a peer leader, educator, and advocate. I accompany the educators into schools to teach the Sacred Choices curriculum to other teens. I have been to Lansing to lobby for legislation requiring comprehensive sex ed and the inclusion of birth control and insurance policies. As a member of our teen advocacy group, Something to Say, I have tabled at events like West Michigan Pride and passed out condoms in downtown Grand Rapids. And while most people are surprised to be approached by a girl in a sparkle shirt and offered condoms, I think they appreciate the idea. Last summer, I also was appointed to Planned Parenthood Federation of America's Young Leaders Advisory Council with 18 other dedicated young high school and college students. With this council, I helped facilitate a workshop in Portland, Oregon at the Young Leaders Summit on basic advocacy skills to about 30 peer educators. And I've also had the opportunity to attend 2 other national conferences, both in Washington, D.C. They were both unique and unforgettable learning experiences. In fact, last year at the Policy and Organizing Conference, I attended a workshop that shaped my future career plans. It was facilitated by the Sierra Club, which struck my interest because though I've always been a fierce believer in reproductive rights, I've planned on focusing on environmental issues in my future career. I always joked, reproductive rights won't matter if there isn't an earth for us to live on. But this workshop proved to me that I can do both. It exposed the links between reproductive and environmental health, like, for example, the negative effects that pesticides can have on pregnancies and how increasing access to contraception can help the environment. This concept really resonated with me. It was the marriage of the 2 social issues I find most important. So, as it was the summer before my senior year of high school, I took that information home with me and kept it in mind while I researched and applied to colleges. So this summer, I start classes at the University of Idaho with a double major in environmental science and international studies. But I want to use those degrees to continue my work in the reproductive justice movement. I want women, regardless of geography, economy, or politics, to have access to reproductive health care, because the earth can only be healthy if its mothers are healthy. So, in short, Planned Parenthood allowed me to realize my passion for reproductive rights and has given me the opportunity to share my knowledge and drive with other teens, both here in Grand Rapids and across the country. I could not have asked for a better way to spend my high school years. That would not have been possible without your contributions. I cannot thank you enough for being supportive of young people like me in becoming responsible, healthy, and conscientious adults. Planned Parenthood has changed my life, as I know it has changed the lives of so many other teens. Thank you.